Buy coaching. I'm streaming. You got this. Good luck. Don't ask me for help, but listen, you got this. A little bit of a ward. Alright, looks like Lee Sin's leaving. Well, that's an ally mid laner, you can tell. Welcome back to the Jungle Bob. Gonna be playing SHYVANA. For the runes here, we have PTA, Triumph, Legend Haste, Cutdown, Cheap Shot, and Ultimate Hunter. The Cheap Shot and Ultimate Hunter secondary are still not super popularized, but they are definitely the best secondary runes you can have, because with that Ultimate Hunter, you simply build up your ulti faster. And that's so much of what SHYVANA just does. She's not ulting, she ain't doing nothing. But we'll get there. For the rest of SHYVANA's kit here, the passive gives us armor and MR as we farm stuff. As we kill everything in the game, we get more of that. That comes into play around mid-game. And then our passive gives us max health damage on hits. And the Q, boom. The first hit is in a cone, and the second hit, you slam the tail. Both giving you an auto attack reset. So a big part of SHYVANA's kit is always going to be these auto attacks. Every time you auto attack, you reduce the cooldown of that Q as well. And the E is going to slow the enemy, deal max health damage. And then it deals some AoE damage where it lands. So when you're doing the camps, sometimes you have to move in to hit the E on all of them. Oh boy. Lee Sin just walking into his kills today. 2 of them, and boy did he earn it. We're slightly ahead on tempo in terms of the camps here, but Lee Sin has 2 kills, so once he recalls, he's going to be a lot stronger. The W gives us movement speed, a shield, and then deals damage around us. You can reactivate that to deal that damage sooner. And once we get our ulti, all of these basic abilities have an empowered form. SHYVANA's pretty basic, and our goal in the early game is going to be to farm all the camps every single time. And the real trick to that is not wasting much time in between. Sin going in once again. This play's going to happen without us down there, so keep hitting this blue buff, unfortunately. Oh, good hold on the Q by him. Now with Lee Sin being pretty low and with just that blue buff, looks like he's going back to the Krugs. Let's try to invade him. This can be our punish. It comes always later for SHYVANA versus other junglers, but this is what we can do. I could wait for him on the red, or I can walk into his Krugs here. Let's try walking into the Krugs. A little bit of W. Smite that. Q these. A little bit of E. Righty. Here comes the Paw Patrol. The Karma's on the case. W. Sortie. Sortie. Wish I had an ally. E. Sortie. Alright, to the Scuttle Crab. And then we'll just do Scuttle and reset. Kind of a bummer. The Lee Sin would have healed up more than enough to survive if I fought him on red, so we took those Krugs, and we have to use that farm advantage, the XP advantage, by continuing to farm. Unlike any other jungler, continue to play for more farm and more farm. Pickaxe control ward to the top side. Pickaxe giving us AD, and we're going for the Spear of Sojin first to go for the AP build this game. They have a lot of backline champions, and I can throw a bunch of fireballs at them come mid-game. And even when you're going the AP build, we still go the Spear of Sojin first, as that gives us more ability damage, and then also more ability haste to really spam out that E. Boom. Maxing the Q first, more damage, lower cooldown on it. Yep, even when you're going the AP build, just always max that Q first. So much of SHYVANA builds just happen mid-game. Even though Zoe is that low, we do not gank. Me farm. If I drop farming for a second, game sucks. Isn't that really something? Nice. They killed bot lane. Nice. My bot lane's better. Zoe stays in lane. Your laners will ping you. They'll say help. You can't help. At least you can play along these lines that you can't help until all camps are done. It's never an equation of if you should skip the camps. It's do the camps faster each game, and then you'll eventually be in the right place at the right time. Okay. To the dragon now. We're pretty close to level 6, but we still need 1 camp to get there. This is why we buy the control ward. The control ward shows us if the enemy has vision there. Even though Zoe's low, do the dragon. When you do the dragon, you invite the enemy into the river to fight you. And that's where you can actually take a good fight. because they can't run to their turret. Doke. Probably going to have to fight Lee Sin here. Let's anticipate his Q over the wall. Oh, he doesn't take it? Smite. Don't mind if I do. Level 6. Coming in, boys. W. More movement speed towards the enemies here. And then flash, ulti. A little bit of QE. Okay, not enough. Not enough. But we got the flash out of him. Here's the dragon form. We have that empowered E, dealing massive AoE. The W heals you based off your missing HP. And the Q has a third part where you chomp the enemy. A little bit of Ruby Crystal Longsword to the top side. Just right back to the camps. Get the flash out of Lee Sin, not too bad. And then another kill onto the bot lane. We flashed over this wall to get in range to use that ulti. Because the fight had already started, we can ulti in. You don't always have to do that. But since we did, we fear the enemies, we deal magic damage, we become unstoppable. And then you get extra HP as well. Since we didn't waste any time, we're back on the camps. The Ultimate Hunter has 1 stack, so we get more fury as we auto-attack and hit the enemies with abilities. The more enemies you hit with the abilities, the more fury you get. So the camps like the Krugs and the Raptors actually give you more of your ulti refund here. You need to get all the way to 100 fury to use another ulti. So if we can do that before the Void Grub spawn, very nice. And all you have to do is click the camps to get there. Pretty easy. I could ulti mid lane, but you want to take an even fight, not just a gank. Long time until those Void Grub spawn, so let's keep farming. Don't attack. Don't do anything, SHYVANA. Just farm. It's the law. Dude, at least for me, that's always the hardest part. Don't do it. Don't. Like, Zoe keeps pushing. Are we serious? I can't just run at him and kill him? My team doesn't need Void Grub, so I can do bot gank here. Our mid lane is super out of control. Oh, my top lane 0-4 as well. Yeah, let's play bot lane. You got it. Flash out of Varus. There's the kill. Easy. Okay. Alright, Karma's in for one right now. W. Ulti. Q. Auto Q. Auto chomp. 264 true damage. Thank you very much. And off we go. We can save that E in case the Karma would flash or run away. And then we just do those auto Qs with the PTA. We deal so much damage. We deal so much damage. Alright, SHYVANA gank. Camps are down. We can be kind of stupid here. Especially if Zoe uses her ulti here. I'm in business. The Lux is selling big time by walking past the minion wave. Alright. W. Smite. E. Alright. Glad to be here. Get shit on and let's reset. Auto. W. Q. E. Pretty good damage. If only an ability would land from. Nobody important. Let's not point any fingers. Let's reset. You don't want to re-gank this. Why? You already know the Krugs are coming up. I would never do anything proactive. Oh. Okay. Tunnel and Ruby Crystal giving us more tankiness. It's something, but it's nothing special. We need to complete entire items before you ever really feel it as SHYVANA. Maxing that E second. And we're playing for level 13 and 2 items. I mean, that comes a long ways down the line, but that's the idea. Okay. W. Auto. E. Amazing. What in the hell is going on? You have the Zoe dancing in between turrets. This is real normal. These are real allies. These are real enemy champions. This is real life. There's a control word right there. What is going on? Okay. Lee Sin had gank top. And then easily can reset bot. So I'm going to skip my camps to be there. Nice. A little bit of W. And we're just trying to cock block the Lee Sin right now. Lucian's the man, he has 7 kills, so we can kind of act like it. He backs off, so do I. Let's reset now, spend our gold, and then we can fight the dragon. Even if the enemy goes for it, we have a ward, so not too bad. Spear of Sojin giving us AD, HP, 25 basic ability haste, and that increased ability damage. With the increased ability damage, the E is going to deal more, the Q is going to deal more. We're going to have weird mixes of physical and magic damage, and true damage. The Spear of Sojin increases all of it, making it by far your best first item. Oh god, my mouse is dead. Oh my god. Welp! Amp Tome, and hopefully the mouse lasts long enough. Amazing. Hope you enjoyed that moment of silence for the boys in blue. Alright, the CC super misses. They're going to kill Alawi, but here comes Lee Sin. That's did I not show. Lee Sin going in. E, auto Q, ulti, Q, auto Q. That's one. Moving. I'm super dead. Holy shit! That Alawi deals so much. We got kicked by Lee Sin, but apparently we buffered that against our ulti, but still not enough. When my bot lane takes the fight into the Alawi there, it's just far too much. Because then Lee Sin gets to get involved, Karma gets to get involved, with... Especially as we have this AP build, we want to take very neutral fights, and then start them slow. In which we ulti towards the enemy, but not into all of them, and then start throwing fireballs. Yep, I said we didn't want to fight Lee Sin early, and what happens? You won't believe what happens next. Doke. We need to build up our Fury for our ulti again. When you're building up Fury, don't use the smite on the camps. Just keep autoing and dumping these abilities. Stay right here. Fun. This guy is so strong. Lee Sin has Voltaic Axiom, so he's playing even more for the early game. Just smart of him. Auto Q. Now we'll just recall. If we try to contest our jungle, he's just stronger with these short trades over and over again. So the easiest thing to do is just leave. Never before seen.
Your team
strong members are the Leona and the Lucian, so the sooner that I can connect with them, the better. There's the ulti. Got a TP coming in, but, you know, this guy does so much damage. W. And ulti. E. Flash. This guy's gonna deal way too much damage to me. And even if I run into the Lee Sin, I just can't finish that kill, so... To the Rift Herald for now. Are we really gonna stop me? We do not have allies this game. Alright, let's fully leave, go to the Wolves. This game really sucks. This game really sucks. The enemy's going to continue to try to use their early power, and so long that we get to the mid-game, around level 13, with 2 items. That's when we can take the fight into them. And it's mostly like that because the Lee Sin has 9 kills. This isn't going to be every game. Okay. To the dragon now. Lee Sin has to choose his camps, defend mid, or the dragon, so... Makes things interesting. Dragon's also something to hit to build up my ulti again. They see me on this. Now. Smite. Alright, let's leave. Drop in the Rift Herald, it is what it is. Until something really happens mid, we don't have to move. Amazing. It'd be better to enter from the side, but it's just too dangerous with the Zoe, with the Lee Sin. Jesus. Okay. Ouch. Alright. Let's reset. Glad to be alive. Super, super hard game. Okay, so now I want to get to these red side camps, where I'm coming off the reset with some HP. It would feel like we have advantage over Lee Sin, but he has Karma and Zoe behind him. That's always the problem here. They have numbers advantage. Lee Sin into top lane, full HP. Me farm. We got the Faded Ashes, we got the Haunting guys, but we need to complete this Leandres before you really feel it. Right now we're behind on farm to the Lee Sin too. Where we only died once and our team super sucks, that's just where we're at in the mid game. You can't always have the farm lead as SHYVANA. But if the enemy, when the enemy makes one mistake and you properly capitalize on it, that's when things reverse. You can't farm your way back into the game, but the enemy can make enough mistakes. Alright, let's reset. Leandres, and then we're going for Sword Pin Boots next. Leandres giving us HP, ability power, the max health burn, and the percentage damage increase. Just like the Spear of Sojin. The percentage damage increase applies to everything. Have a pretty good flank here, but Zoe has cleanse. Let's see what our teammates can do. E, W, Alto, Q, Alto, ulti, and Q, auto, nice. E, pretty good damage. On to Lee Sin now. Chomp, nice. W, eventually here, smite. E, boom, burn, please burn, please. Aw. It's gonna be Varus to this turret. Chomp. No raptors. Alright, dragon form's done. Back to the camps. It's always going to be harder in this game, but if you can auto-attack stuff, you can maintain that dragon form for longer, and then get more of the fireballs off. And you always got to be playing for that auto-Q auto. Lee Sin in the bot lane, okay. Don't smite this. Or we have to continue to play for the farm right now. Like, all of my camps are down. So I can do this bot wave. That's totally fine. Volibear's coming. I'll do the mid wave. Let's reset. Torque pin boots. A little bit of this. We have quite a bit of magic damage on our team. So we can go Bloodletters as our third item. Bloodletters is like Black Cleaver for AP champions. Now with level 13, we have our E maxed. So, the Sorkpin boots and then the E max, this is where we actually start pumping some damage. In these team fights, we need to hit everyone on the enemy team with this E. And if we don't, we lose. It's that simple. Going in. Zoe has Shirelda's. But these guys are so mobile, I don't want to take the fight into them. I want them to attack my allies first. Or for our CC to land first. Staying in the fog of war here. I have a pretty good flank. This is like their entire team, though. My team's super backing off. Man! Sweeper. Just in case. Oh, my flank is so good. But my allies are so far away. Right, here we go. Boom. Not bad. W. Ulti. Nice. Nice. Q. E. Auto. Q. Hit him. And hit him. And W. Hit him. Q. E. Hit him. Oh, please. A little bit of chomp. Okay. Good enough. Good enough. My team's saying Baron. I'm not really believing him. A little bit of this. Volley Bear, what do you have for us? I mean, they're all dead for 12, so I maintain the dragon form. If you maintain the dragon form, you actually do these objectives pretty fast. Because you Q, auto chomp, and you keep spamming out that chomp, and that true damage really stacks up quick on this. Ouch. Karma's not going to solo kill me, it's fine. Smite. Alright, job's done. Don't chase this. Haunting guys, Fiendish Codex, and to the bot side. Winnable! Winnable! What did I say? The one time they throw, we can win? Easy. Smack some camps real quick. The AP build, you can kind of one rotation and then walk it to the next camp. So rich, my team does dragon for me. Okay. Over the wall. E. Q. Auto Q smite. If I can hit him enough here. EQ. Ulti. Kill that guy. W. Auto Q. Got the chomp. E. Auto. I'm super dead. Look at that damage. I'm super dead. My Lucian did not follow with me, man. He kind of stayed back here. We are all dead. That is just how it's going to go. So much for Baron. So much for Baron. Ideally with Baron, your team pushes the lane, but my team chose Dragon, so then the enemy can attack us like that. Holy shit. LDR Lee Sin kind of kicked my head off. Alright, for our last funny item here. We already have the Bloodletters. We already have the Leandries. Zhonya's seems like it's good. It's not. We can go anti-heal. That's pretty bad too, but honestly, sitting on an Oblivion Orb, at least we're contributing something. Anyways, with the Bloodletters, HP, ability power, ability haste, and we shred the enemy's magic resist when we hit them with magic damage. So 1E is going to shred the enemy's magic resist by 30%. And then the next one, and the next one, and the next one. Empowering our damage, and then empowering our allies' damage. Okay. We build up the ulti so fast now. Sweeper. Oh, why would this be warded? I'm gonna group up with my team now into the red side. Doesn't exactly matter where we take the fight, but so long that I'm with the boys. Oh, Zoe, killer. Hello, friend. Q, auto, ulti, E, Q, auto, chomp, run, W. Okay, I'm good. And fireball. I'm not walking towards Alawi, boys. There we go. A little bit of W, a little bit of fireball. Not gonna reach. Alright, well, that's a easy fight for us, but I don't know if my team can convert it into anything. So, back to the camps. And now with 5 stacks on the Ultimate Hunter, and we're this late into the game, we build up that ulti pretty quick, so probably just 2 camps. Rest in peace. Oh! Nice. Holy shit. You know, I can push top or bot lane here. Not bad. Level 16, final point in the ulti. More damage, more HP, but even lower cooldown on it as we build up more fury. With each point in that ulti, you can get more fury faster and then have more ultis. Gonna keep pushing here, get more resources. With the Lee Sin dead, I have to utilize that. He's level 17 and some change, so we better be farming all we can and getting as strong as we can for the next 2 objective fights. Alright, rest in peace. Onto the Krugs. Let's leave. Job's done. I mean, at this rate, needlessly. The death cap can send me home. I can use my ulti here pretty lackadaisically. A little bit of moving, a little bit of ulti, a little bit of E. Get the slow on him. And Leona misses everything. A little bit of E. Alright. A little bit of E. And the job is done. Let's go punch some camps and build up the ulti again. The enemy ran away and my Leona missed her CC after I got the slow, so no dice. If we keep reaching, trying to make that play happen, we just die. Isn't that fun? Moving, and then check it out. E, the camp is dead. No scuttle crab. We really don't want to fight up here. Oh, if I just had one more camp, I could have needlessly. Good luck, dum-dum. Maybe onto Lee Sin. This could be winnable. Lee Sin's isolated right now. My Lux is running for the hills. That makes sense. No, that makes sense. My team's fighting top. Lee Sin's not there. I guess this is fine. Let's go for it. Could have been a little bit faster here. Ulti. E. Get the slow. Q. E. Another slow. A little bit of W. A little bit of E. Not today, huh? Man, I used my smite on him too. That was so stupid. Oh, I hate when I do this. Lee Sin can win the Baron, but we have way better position, so he probably won't even try. Or Lee Sin played on the bot side. That was a really big mistake for him. Man, I don't have smite. Hate this part. Go kill Lee Sin for me, boys. Best of luck. E. He's dead eventually. Eventually, he's dead. Alright, we cannot finish this Baron. E. Q. W. W. Q. Oh! The Lux shield is just a little faster. The Axiom Arcanist, Lee Sin got another kickoff, and check it out. It says it dealt 0 damage. That thing probably dealt like 900 damage. Oh well, 4 more years here. 4 more years. I can't wait to see the damage after the game, though. With AP SHYVANA, you never feel like, boom, there it is, unless you have like 12 kills and everything's going right. Lucian has all the kills right now. So I'm kind of like this support of damage. But you're in... Oh god, auto, ulti. Amazing. Pop up E, pop up. Pop up Q. W. Uh-huh. Pop up Q. Beep beep. Pop. Beep beep. Alright, let's get there. Oh. The Karma really doesn't deal damage now. Oh, he's going in. Lucian the man. Glad to be along for the ride, man. Nice. Alright, I'm here. Hey, Lucian, how can I help? You want me to move some boxes or something? I'm just glad to be here. Push. Auto. Q. Push. 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 Q. Auto. Q. Hit it. Ulti. E. Alright, a swing and a miss. E. Alright. Oh. Close. And now we just chomp the turrets here. Check it out. 695 true damage. Auto Q. Auto chomp. Hit it. Hit it. Fireball. Q. Auto Q. Auto Q. Thank you very much. Final score 6, 3, and 11. Leandri's dealing 3k. Let's go ahead and take a look at the final damage here, too. It's always something that's crazy on AP SHYVANA. 23,000. It looks pretty bad compared to Lucian, but anyways, man, thanks for watching. Click the join button. Bye, coaching. Bye-bye.